All right. Good morning, Periscope. I'm just going to wait and see if we have anyone on in the Facebook group. Okay, I see a couple people hopping in, so we should be good to go. Can everyone hear me okay? Give me a quick, hey, yes, you're good. Good morning, Richmond, Virginia. You love my other scope, the one my husband did last night in the car. I was going to go back and actually delete that. I love 90s music, though. I'm going to New Kids on the Block next week. Woo, woo. Okay, awesome. Thanks, Facebook. Great to be with you guys. Good morning, wherever you are in the world. Good afternoon if you're on Eastern. My name is Ange Peters, and I'm here for our weekly broadcast. We are here on Periscope. We've got a little over 100 people there and people hopping in the Facebook Whole Fit brand page. So if I lose you on one of them, just know you can catch it over there. My assistant Jill is on. She'll be posting some links for you as I go through today. One of the links to the playlist where I store all of the Q&As. So if you have to hop out or if you want to catch some of our past topics, what's going on? There we go. You can hop onto YouTube. I store them all there. Awesome. Amanda says she's literally waking up to Periscope whistling at her. Okay, well, awesome. You must be over on Pacific, I'm assuming, getting up around 9. All right, guys. So here's what I wanted to do with you today. I wanted to, thank you, Marta. I wanted to talk about supplements today with you because I'm in that state. I'm about to lead a 30-day cleanse with my wellness community. We have about 1,100 people doing a 30-day cleanse using doTERRA's Cleanse and Restore Kit. So I've been jamming on supplements all week, and I thought since I actually have them all here at my desk, I thought I would actually make that more of the topic today. But I will take about 20 minutes of questions. So please save your questions for the end, and we'll go through them. One thing I wanted to let you know about, the cleanse info, Bill will post the link. If you actually go to my website, WholeFit, HOLT.com, you'll see a tab at the top of my website that says cleanses. And if you click that, it'll give you the 2 cleanses that I run. One is open to anybody, and that's called the Ready, Set, Glow Detox. It is a more intense cleanse. The other one is, as of right now, just available to our Whole Fit Essential Oil community. I'm kind of, I'm working through, this is the second time I've run it. I'm working through just tweaking it so that I could be available to other teams eventually, because we've put a lot into it. This time, what I'm excited about is we have about 15 people from our team, different leaders, health coaches. They are hopping on to do Facebook Lives every other day in the group. So they're offering this additional coaching. And so the way I see this program, it is a launch pad for lifestyle upgrade success, okay? So Cleanse and Restore Kit is safe for breastfeeding mamas. You would just want to eliminate the supplements that have hotter oils in them, such as the DDR Prime, and I typically don't recommend the Zendigrin either. So it's actually a great approach using Lifelong Vitality and Terrazyme to do a nice gentle cleanse. What was I going to make a note of? Oh yes, coaching sheet. So the one other thing I wanted to mention, cleanse page. One other thing I wanted to mention to you guys, and actually, let me just see if I have a copy of it up here. Some of you, if you're in doTERRA and you're building a business, you would have received a copy of the Current Leadership magazine, which has my family on the cover, and it's such an honor, and I want to have some fun with this. I let you guys know on the last scope, just a fun online scavenger hunt with this. So even if you didn't receive a physical copy, that's okay. Jen, that's okay. You can actually hop on and flip through the whole thing, the digital version. So stay tuned tonight. I'm actually going to post onto Facebook and Instagram a link to do an online scavenger hunt, flipping through this awesome magazine. It is so full of inspiration. You guys will absolutely love it if you haven't looked at it before. And I'm going to give away some fun products. So next week, if you want to mark your calendars, I'm going to announce the winners of the scavenger hunt. And next week, just so you know, will be the last Q&A that I do for the summer. Okay? Because we got a busy couple months coming up as a family, personally, in my business. My business does not slow down in the summer at all. So I need to take some things off the calendar. So next week will be the last Wednesday Q&A until September. And I'll announce that when we're back as we get closer, okay? So if I could have the floor, if you will, for the next 15 minutes, save your questions, okay? For the end, we will do 20 minutes of Q&A. I want to talk about the supplements that I use on a regular basis. A common question I used to get when I was actively involved in health coaching, when I started my business WholeFit, I launched it about 8 years ago. And if you don't know my background, I have my bachelor's in health sciences. I went on to pursue many certifications in personal training, holistic nutrition. I eventually pulled myself out of the shenanigan game in seeking acronyms to have behind my name, because I realized that what people are really truly wanting is they want to learn from someone who is living what they teach, who hasn't just read it in a book, but who is living the lifestyle upgrades that the clients are going to want to eventually have. And so, one sec, got a call there. Periscope, let me know if you can hear me. That call probably hopped me off for a second. I'll wait till somebody comments and I'll keep going. We okay on Periscope? Can you guys hear me okay? Sometimes when calls come in. Yeah, cool. Thank you. Okay, so here is my take on supplements. And I used to get asked by all of my clients, you know, what do you recommend for supplements? And I used to heavily promote the brand Thorne, Thorne. Some of you are familiar with it. It was at the time what I felt to be the highest quality supplements. I used to often recommend that, but to be honest, I would often work with my clients for years on getting all the nutrients they could from their food. And what I realized through that, and just through hours and hours of research, you guys, is it is actually impossible to live your most optimal life, even if you are growing your own food and you are getting all of the micro and macro nutrients that your body needs in order to function. It is actually impossible to still have the energy and the raw materials your body needs just from food. So on doing a lot of research around supplements, and with doTERRA, I started using their oils about 4 years ago, and they are the highest quality. When you want to talk about plant potency and quality and sourcing, it is always forever going to be doTERRA. Because of what they've done, what they've done through their model in sourcing and in finding the plants that contain the best constituents. Right now, they have, I think it's 84%. Basically, these countries across working with doTERRA. Okay, they've secured the sustainability of this industry going forward. In a couple of years, you just won't see all these essential oil companies, because people are catching on. Like, you know, growing lavender in your backyard is not going to give you the constituents you need from a true lavender. And so the sourcing is so important. And actually, I really do think that doTERRA within like 5 years is going to be really the only essential oil company around. You'll always have your little players that are selling at the dollar store and at Michael's and Best Buy, just trying to cash in on the category doTERRA's made. But I'm sharing this with you because doTERRA, while they are the most known, most trusted essential oil company in the world, their supplements are what people order more of. So, for example, their Lifelong Vitality line, which is a system that contains a fish oil and an antioxidant inflammatory control supplement called Alpha CRS, which basically dials up the energy that you have in your body, helps keep clean cells. This trio is the most popular product at doTERRA because it works. They actually offer a 30-day money-back guarantee if you're not feeling better, if you don't have more energy and less pain in 30 days. And I'm not even sure if there's maybe been like 2 to 5 people in the last 9 years that have ever done that, okay? that have ever returned their lifelong vitality because they didn't feel better. So I'm going to go through with you like what I do on a daily basis, because it's one of the main questions I get. But what I have done for you is I've created a supplement toolkit that I'm very willing to share with you. One thing you'll come to know about me is that I'm quite obsessed with helping you live your best life and eliminate excuses. Because what I want you to realize about yourself, and I want to come up with a new word for coach or mentor or guide. I just think they're so overused. But what I want you to know is I've worked with thousands of women over the last 8 years. And I know a lot about human nature because of those relationships. I understand why people don't invest in their health. I understand more of the issue behind the issue for a lot of people. The main reason people don't supplement their diet is because they actually can't think about investing in the future them. They live so much for right now that they find themselves in the drive-through lane every single day, getting quick fixes, coffees, donuts, McDonald's, pop, whatever their crutch is, whatever's making them a slave right now. They are so conditioned and addicted to feeling that instant high that the thought of taking supplements that are literally recreating their body in 2 weeks, it feels so uncomfortable to them because deep down they don't feel like they're worth actually feeling incredible. And I want you to think about where you are on that spectrum, because here's a truth that I know every successful person in life, in business, in health supplements. Now I drink coffee, but I'm not a slave to it. I make coffee work for me just like I make Facebook work for me. So you have to think about where in your life are you letting something else run your health, run your health story. Now, the reason I supplement is because I believe in prevention. I never want to find in a place of reaction when it comes to my health or my family. And to be totally real with you guys, the woman that you see here talking to you today, I have gone through very dark times in my life. I have lost people very close to me who we were shocked to get that diagnosis. We were shocked my sister had leukemia. We were shocked to lose my dad to cancer when I was 10 years old. But the story that told me was that prevention and truly understanding the game, truly understanding the systems that bind us is where our freedom is. And I am, I was actually thinking about this during my quiet time this morning. I used to fear a diagnosis like that because of my life's journey. I used to fear as a mother learning that something like that could happen to my kids because I've actually experienced that so close to home. Afraid of that anymore. I'm not afraid of that. If that diagnosis ever comes, there will be a story with it. There will be an opportunity to learn. There will be an opportunity to do better. But here's what I want you all to understand. This habit, this is a very good indicator of your self. Deep, right? I'm not just talking about supplements here. I'm actually talking about why you're not doing it. So if you're still with me and you want to understand, thanks, Kayla, and you want to understand what I take and why, I'm going to keep going, okay? But I want you to actually think about your daily rituals, the things that are binding you right now. I want you to think about the things that you are actually a slave to. Because if you're living in reaction all the time, you are a slave to that. You are empowered and coming from a place of prevention and focused on creating your best life. Then let's keep going. This is a good conversation. Okay, so here's the what and why. I take this lifelong vitality every day. If I was going to miss out on some of the other supplements I take, I wouldn't miss out on this. I don't have my pill case up here, it's downstairs, but I have a pill case that has 4 different compartments. If we go out for lunch, you're going to see me bring it with me. When I'm traveling, it comes with me. It's in the car. It's in my purse. I don't go without it because, and I forgot, just like some of you, I went through times where I forgot to take them and I felt a change. I felt less energy that day, or I would get run down. And the way that I know this helps me be at my best is because I am a high performer. I crush it between the hours of 9 to 3 because I can't hold the phone for you right now, but I want the phone to go away when my kids come home from school. And if I haven't crushed it, if I haven't set those boundaries, and if I'm not focused, if I don't have the mental clarity to think at the level that I need to think at as a high level leader, then it's going to come back to some places where I've let. So doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality, I've mentioned, is a combination. So the VMC is a food nutrient complex. It has a glycoprotein matrix, which helps it become more available to your body. This is why in the past you've gone out to the drugstore because your doctor or your health coach told you to start supplementing. You went out to the drugstore or the health food store and you bought whatever bottle looked pretty. Maybe it had a picture of a beautiful woman on the front. And you came home and all of a sudden the next day your pee was bright yellow. The reason is it was more like a horse pill. They jammed all this stuff in it, fillers and things that aren't going to actually be absorbed into your body in the way that this is. And then you peed it all out. So you literally spent your, $50 and you peed $50 pee. Okay. So now the way that doTERRA's system is, you don't just take it once in the day. You actually take it twice. Okay. So this is important because you can't just bite a pea. That's hilarious. You can't just hit the body one time and expect it to, it's like having, one meal a day and then all the rest is junk. Like your body's not going to thrive on that. It needs actually micro doses throughout the day. So you want to be doing it twice a day. And some of you, I just want to speak to some of you in doTERRA. Some of you will get this system and you might start off with half a dose to begin with. And that's totally fine because some people, their body really needs an adjustment to the high quality ingredients, the high vibrations that's coming at them. Because if you're coming out of a state of poor eating habits, addictions, if you've never supplemented before, you want to make sure that you're easing your way into something new, right? But the goal would be to do this at the proper recommendation of twice a day. So that's the first part of that 3-part system. Then you have the XE Omega. So this is a blend of EPA and DHA, both land and marine oils. Now, if you are a vegan, you can order the vegan version. One thing that vegans know is a vegan form of the fat oil is not as best absorbed as the marine oils would be. But that's okay. It's priorities, right? A vegan has very strong convictions about why they live the life that they do. So that will be okay. That's an okay exchange for them, okay? This is so important for your brain health. If you want mental clarity, if you want glowing skin, if you want to help lower the amount of inflammation happening in your body, which is the root of all disease, you're going to need to supplement with this unless you're eating massive amounts of fish every day, which comes with the issue of toxicity because of sourcing. So doTERRA actually sources with Friend of the Sea. So this, it's certified by that organization. You can obviously hop on. If you guys want to go deeper into this, you can hop on to doTERRA's. Go to doTERRA.com, look at the wellness category, click on each supplement. There's an FAQ. There's something called a PIP, which is a product information page. It'll have all the ingredients. It will have the sourcing, everything you want to know about these supplements will be there. I'm just kind of doing more of a top line approach right now, but definitely do more of your own research. Jill will link up, if you could post in Periscope as well right now, Jill, just a link to the supplement toolkit. But if you miss it, hop over to the Whole Fit brand page. You'll want to open that toolkit because I've gone more in depth on this. And then the last part of this trio is the Alpha CRS. So if you want to think about this, this actually has Boswellia resin. So if you're familiar with frankincense, you know that the Boswellia resin does not make it into the essential oil. And the resin is what is most heavily studied in cancer research right now, for example. But this is also going to have milk thistle. It has this cellular energy blend, okay, so different amino acids. It has coenzyme Q10. It also has a tummy tamer blend, okay, so the tummy tamer blend helps all this to become better used by the body without making you sick. Thank you, Jill. She posted the link to the toolkit I've made for you for free. So the thing with supplements, some people get a little bit nauseous when they take supplements, and often that's because either they haven't taken it with food or because their body's reacting, okay? So the tummy tamer blend of ginger and peppermint is gonna help soothe that. You won't get those gross fish burps. You won't have that nausea. What I recommend is you always take these with food and within the first few minutes, okay? So that's step one, that is baseline. Anybody interested in truly having a lifestyle upgrade is going to supplement with this, absolutely. And if you're an oiler, which you would be if you're taking these supplements, right? I love Dave Asprey. Yeah, I do take a couple of the supplements. The activated charcoal, I do brain octane from him as well. But all the other supplements I take are from doTERRA, aside from vitamin D3 in the winter. So let me just go through the rest. So this is step one. This is going to create higher efficiency of the oils working with your body as well, okay? So a lot of people start with doTERRA, they just start using the oils. This is going to get your body communicating properly. It'll get your systems humming. It creates a baseline. It's an insurance policy, if you will, for your health, okay? Step one, always. Now, what you might want to layer in, here's what I do every day. So I take this at lunch and dinner. I personally do that because I don't eat food for breakfast. I do a form of intermittent fasting every day. So I starve my body of all carbohydrates, sugar, and protein until about noon every day, okay? So because of that, I don't take the Lifelong Vitality at breakfast, but most of you are probably having breakfast in the morning, so you can take this with your breakfast, okay? Why do I do that? Because it works for me. I've done it for 4 years. I need a very clear brain in the morning. I don't want my brain all murky, digesting food and sugars specifically, while I need to do my best work. So that's why that works for me. Okay, so so in the morning with my bulletproof coffee, what if you like to take a jog in the morning and pass out? Then you're probably going to change that, right? Okay, so Mito2 Max and Terrazyme, I take these with my coffee in the morning, so they don't have to be taken with food. The reason I take Terrazyme, so I'll explain what this is first. Terrazyme is a blend of digestive enzymes. It's a bouquet, okay? So in here you have the top enzymes: protease, papain, amylase, lactase, lipase, cellulase, sucrase, betaine, hydrochloric acid, HCl. These are important because women specifically past the age of 35 start to lose digestive enzyme activity. I'm 37. Now I don't have a ton of digestive issues anymore, but years in my corporate job time, I managed a very large district. I had stomach issues all the time. All the time. I just felt the stress in my stomach. That's where I feel it first. These will change your life, okay? If you have any kind of digestive issue at all, any kind of stress, any kind of bloating, indigestion, constipation, gas, if you're eating healthy foods but you just don't feel like you're feeling any better, yes, totally safe in pregnancy. This one is. You are likely not digesting, absorbing, and eliminating your healthy food choices properly. This is gonna be really important. So what I do is I take it in the morning on an empty stomach, because all night while you sleep, your body has been metabolizing food. So you want to get rid of any of the extra. Think of like dust bunnies in your digestive tract. This is going to help work it out. Chelsea asked if I've ever found people have stomach aches when they take this. I personally have never found that. However, that would be a person that might want to do, if you look up the HCl test, the hydrochloric acid test, they should test their personal levels of stomach acid. If you get any kind of reflux or heartburn, it's not because your body is producing too much stomach acid, it's because it doesn't produce enough. And so for some people, they're definitely going to need to take Terrazyme. Now, Jill's asking how many per meal. She has a bloated belly all the time. She is a good candidate for this because her it's actually upset. Now, there might be some food sensitivities, food allergies perhaps, so you might want to even go the next level and get your food sensitivity panel run. Generally, most people do not do well with dairy. We were not meant to consume the milk of a cow, but that's a whole other conversation. So I love cheese though. I will often have aged organic cheese or organic goat cheese. I'll have it, not often, I'll have it like once or twice a week, but I did go through about a 6-year time in my life when, yes, teenagers can absolutely have Terrazyme, so can babies. I'll talk about that in one sec. I was vegan for about 6 years. I felt great, but my body did start to talk to me when I became pregnant that I needed some clean, hormone-free animal products. I just knew, and I'm a student of my body always, not a rule of a label, okay? So Terrazyme for age groups. So most of you, when you start taking Terrazyme, you'll want to see how it's working with you. You might do 1 per meal, especially heavy meals. When you're sitting down to have that big dish of carbohydrates or that greasy pizza, this does not replace A-okay to just eat junk, but when you do, and we all have those times, when we're like at a restaurant and we're craving something or whatever, this is when you're going to want to definitely take that. So 1 per meal for most people, unless you have something very chronic, you're probably going to take more than that. I have friends and clients who have done 8 to 12 a day at times when their body is in distress, when they're dealing with dis-ease. It's showing through their skin, for example. Skin is a great indication that your digestive system is taxed. So this is a great supplement to include if you're seeing any kind of skin issues. It's why it's in the 30-day cleanse that we do. I'm going to totally run over on time, so I got to like boop, boop, move it up. But children, you can actually add this. If you have a child who has a skin condition, let's say, you can add this in. You can actually open up one of the capsules and break it open, sprinkle it into their oatmeal or their yogurt or their applesauce or whatever, okay? You can actually do a test with this. If you want to hop on YouTube, someone else has already done this many times. You can open up a capsule and empty it into a bowl of oatmeal, stir it for a minute. You'll see that oatmeal completely digest to liquid. So it's a great supplement. The other one I take is Mito 2 Max. Mito 2 Max helps to clean, helps to drum up the mitochondrial function in your body. Where's my book I want to show you guys? I had it out yesterday. Anyway, my friend, my health mentor, Dave Asprey, he just wrote a book called Headstrong. You guys, it's all about mitochondrial function. That's what Mito 2 Max does. It stimulates. It helps clean that cycle. What do your mitochondria do? Do I have any health nerds in the room? Who knows what mitochondria do or where they are in your body? Anybody? Bueller? I'll take your questions, you guys. I see a lot over on Facebook. What does mitochondria do? Salt Spring got it. She said they produce energy. Yes, so you actually have a little mitochondria in every one of your cells. So think about the hundreds of thousands in your body. Love that answer. They're the powerhouse of the cell. Yes, they help create the ATP cycle, adenosine triphosphate, which is basically the energy. They're energy producers. So when they're not functioning, you don't have energy, okay? They're in every one of your cells, and you actually, over your life, can actually create new mitochondria. This is a super important supplement, except for last month when I forgot to order it. What I do want to share with you, and I take this at breakfast. I will sometimes take this in the afternoon. I don't recommend this if you're pregnant or nursing because it has adaptogenic herbs, just not heavily researched through pregnancy and nursing. So I just wouldn't feel comfortable with suggesting that, but to each his own. Some of my friends and clients, once they're past the 6-month mark of nursing, when their milk's not producing as fatty a content, they will often nurse, drain, right? It's not sexy. And then they'll take their Mito 2 Max, okay? So real quick tip for those of you in doTERRA, I know a lot of you are, you can save money by ordering those supplements I just mentioned. So you order your Lifelong Vitality Pack, you click the edit button, and then you can add on certain supplements at a discount, such as Terrazyme. And my other one that I use daily is PB Assist. So this is doTERRA's probiotic. I have 3 more to get to. Man, I'm going to go over. Okay, so PB Assist is one of the best probiotics I've ever seen. Very similar probiotic strains to what I use from Thorne brand, but it's cheaper and it's double encapsulated, which means it's going to make it to your intestines. It has a chlorophyll prebiotic fiber, which basically is the food for the probiotic to make sure it stays alive. So this is the most affordable, best quality. And to answer your question, in all the research I've read, the best time to take PB Assist is at night. A lot of people take it in the morning, and here's why I don't recommend doing that. You need this good bacteria to live. You need it to last. You don't want it competing with other things you're eating, with a hamburger, and that cow was fed hormones or antibiotics that you're now eating. Or let's say you take this in the morning and then you go use your Bath and Body Works full of triclosan and fragrance hand soap. You guys don't use that. Some people might be on that too, but you probably won't want to be doing that anymore because it's killing all your good bacteria. Bath and Body Works won't be around in 5 years, you guys. So PB Assist, you want to take this at night because on an empty-ish stomach, you don't have to take it with food, but it's going to basically fill your gut lining with the good bacteria while you sleep and are at rest and aren't having it compete. So I take it, sometimes I'll take 2 a day if I've been traveling and I've been exposed to a lot of bad bugs. I will take 1 at supper and then 1 before bed. The other thing I take every day is DDR Prime. How many of you have heard of this supplement? If you haven't heard of this, I cannot on this broadcast talk about what this supplement actually does. So there's your first hint. But what I want you to do is I want you to hop onto Google after our broadcast, and I want you to Google Utah State University and DDR Prime. And I want you to read the research for yourself. If you're doing our cleanse program, I have linked that information within your 100-page ebook. So is a blend of the very best essential oils for cellular renewal. Think about this. As your body as you're living, as your body's recreating new cells all the time, like literally your liver in 6 months will be completely new based on how you are treating your body today. Your skin cells are turning over like every day, fast, fast, fast. This is why little babies have soft skin, because their skin cells turn even faster than you and I. Going deep is going to help as your body is creating new cells. Yes, soft tissue damage. So this actually, what I can share about this is DDR stands for damaged DNA repair. Okay, so this to help rebuild. Actually offer a modified schedule for involving our kids in the cleanse. And one of the things you would do is you would make your own DDR roller bottle for your kids. Okay, so you get your DDR Prime oil. This is what it looks like. It comes in a 30 ml bottle. You can do either as an adult. You can make your own pills or you can do this. So dilute it in a roller bottle. Essentially, Jenny, you're asking if you can use it during pregnancy. Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on your personal situation. I really don't like advising women who are pregnant to ever start anything new. But if you were using DDR before pregnancy, your body's accustomed to it, you'll be absolutely fine. I would dilute it. I wouldn't be taking it internally. I would dilute it in a roller bottle, very, very diluted. I would do 10 drops of this in your 10 ml roller bottle topped up with coconut oil. Yes, use it in your 20s. Absolutely. If you catch that train early, like get your body creating a healthier body earlier in life, and you'll be way better off. So DDR I take every day, 1 to 2, usually 1, because of my family history, which I shared at the beginning. The last, I know I'm like probably overwhelming you guys, but this is how I feel incredible. This is how I get things done, okay? I love the way I feel in my body using oils and these supplements. I can't put that into words. There isn't a dollar amount, okay, on that feeling. The last thing I do is I take this combo, the women's system, at night. I will take 2 of each. The first one's the bone nutrient complex. Bone loss for women is a real thing. So you want to make sure that you're not, once it's too late, it's too late. I was listening to a talk at Western University last year. They were talking about how they begin to call someone elderly once they've broken their hip for the first time. And for a lot of women, this is happening in their 40s. They are breaking their hip for the first time. So you got to get around this. But with that, the phytoestrogen in the supplement toolkit, please hop over there. I can't go on too much longer. I want to take a few of your questions. But the phytoestrogen is so important, you guys, for women. It is not, estrogen scares people, that word. But trying to clean out the xenoestrogens, X-E-N-O. Xenoestrogens are in your body right now because at some point you've had exposure to plastics, to dairy, you've breathed, you've drank water, or you have been on the birth control pill. So at some point, your body started getting fake estrogen, which has messed up your hormone cycle. Hormones run the whole show. So I take these two of these at night with my probiotic, and from time to time, when I want an extra juicy sleep, I'll take a Serenity Soft Gel or 2. This is a brilliant supplement. Have you guys taken this? I talked about this yesterday in my cleanse group. It is so good. So if you have the Serenity Blend oil, we know it's like this most calming, delicious blend. My kids love it. They'll put a little drop on their pillow at night or in the diffuser. This supplement has that, but it also has an important amino acid called L-theanine, and L-theanine helps your body relax without being like drowsy, okay? So good, so good. Okay, so that's what I do. Now, when we move into the Cleanse and Restore, the 30-day cleanse, look it up. You guys can look at what's in there. You took your Serenity and slept through your alarm, so you're tired. You need a little extra sleep this week. The cleanse, endocrine duo for 10 days. It adds in GX Assist for 10 days in the middle phase, because that's like a gut stripper. It gets rid of the weeds, the bad stuff going on, the bad bacteria, moves it on out, parasites, candida, you name it. And then the last 10-day phase uses the DDR prime. So Terrazyme used throughout the whole 30 days. So, I mean, honestly, you guys, such a good cleanse. And it is a cellular cleanse. It's not as simple as just drinking water today. I'm a big believer in, like, when your body is humming and functioning. No, GX is, I don't recommend for nursing or pregnant moms. I mentioned at the beginning, so hop back to the beginning and watch that. I so wish you could take a course with me. You are right now, and it's free. So the thing is, your body needs seasonal cleansing. Don't fool yourself into thinking that, you know, problems are not going to come up if you don't take time to really look at the things that are binding you and take a seasonal cleanse. You have to. It is just the world we live in, and that's ownership, people. That is understanding that you are somebody who's not going to be in Reactionville. You're in Preventionville. Okay, so let's go to questions. I can stay on with you for 20 minutes. A lot of questions coming in. How do you respond to people who want to run the supplements by their physician first? Great. If you have a physician who's educated in that, you've got a good physician. Why does doTERRA offer LLV and Daily Nutrient Pack? Daily Nutrient Pack is the trio without Alpha-CRS. Now, I love the ingredients in Alpha-CRS. I think they're so important, but Daily Nutrient is cheaper. Alpha-CRS is what's going to help with, again, the cell renewal. So I really feel like it's a worthwhile investment to have. But if you're just getting started with supplements, maybe your budget doesn't allow for you to order this. I think this is like $78. It's somewhere around there. I know we have Canadians and US people on here today, but the Daily Nutrient Pack would be 2/3 of that price, okay? Alpha-CRS, though, is the most expensive part of this trio because of all the ingredients in it. Are the omega capsules okay for kids? My kids don't like the liquid fish oil. Really? My kids actually love it. So I blend it into a smoothie because it has the wild orange in it. You know, if your kids are at an age where they can swallow a pill, they can start taking Lifelong Vitality. For most people, that's going to be past the age of 10. Miranda said Alpha CRS has made a huge difference for her chronic fatigue. Yeah, I mean, when you look at the ingredients in it, it's insane. How late in the day do you recommend taking LLVI? People say it can disrupt sleep. Yeah, so it's best to do it at breakfast and lunch. My sleep isn't affected because I take it at lunch and dinner. But if it was, then I would shift things, right? So if you have a hard time falling asleep at night, then you're going to need to switch to breakfast and lunch. All right. How many cats have LLV for a 10-year-old? Well, because of their BMI, unless their body mass is the same size as an adult, then I would do half. Okay. Avex, she said my naturopath gave her a big thumbs up on Lifelong Vitality. Yeah, a naturopath's going to know more than your general practitioner will about supplements. Okay, am I familiar with Relora? If so, is there a supplement from doTERRA? I've never heard of them, Laura. This is so amazing. I've learned so much. Love the LLV. And now I can't wait to integrate the rest of the supplements. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. And you're going to feel incredible. And once you really get on a lifestyle of supplementing and you've built the ritual in, this is what this 30-day cleanse does that I run, is it teaches people how to basically build that habit in so that after 30 days, they're not thinking about it anymore. They're bringing their supplements wherever they go because they know how much of a difference it makes. What time do I take DDR Prime? I take it at night with supper. How many cleanses a year? I run 4 total. I run this doTERRA supplement cleanse twice a year for 30 days, and then I run the Ready Set Glow Detox, which is 7 days, which is open to anyone for purchase. You'll find over on my website. 30-day cleanse every 3 to 4 months. I don't do this 30-day cleanse every 3 to 4 months, but I would if my body was really taxed, or if I think I have candida. You just asked the question, I just missed it. Hey girl. So yeah, I recommend a cleanse every quarter. Do I have any concern at all about carrageenan as an ingredient? I don't, because I've read all the research, but here's what I recommend you do. Initially, I used to, until I understood that the carrageenan that caused the news frenzy that everyone, was very attuned, where we saw every kind of company now labeling carrageenan free. It wasn't based on the right chain. So you can always write, you guys know this, you can always write product support at doterra.com. They will email you why this is not a concern. People who have extreme gut issues, like these are the people who are basically having to liquefy all their food. They cannot handle the fibrous element of carrageenan. It's a seaweed, basically. It's a binder. It's a seaweed binder. It is necessary products that have essential oil in them. So you will find carrageenan in the supplements like DDR Prime that have the essential oils, because it is one of the only things they can use to make be intact. Okay, so you can always make your own, right? With the empty soft gels. I supplement very similar to you. I feel new people are overwhelmed by my routine. Do I feel that? Totally. I'm totally overwhelming people right now. I get that. But I want this to be something you come back to and watch right down the road. This is not for the newbie, but you need to understand you're in the right place. You are on a path to becoming your best self, and you'll likely begin to look a lot like what I'm doing here within the next year. Age for kids to start Terrazyme. Jill just texted me. I did talk about that. You can start this with babies. I know people have started it with babies who are 6 months old, just starting foods because they're having a tough time. Things are showing up in their skin. Boom. We're having a good talk today, huh? All right. Yeah, everything you've read has been negative. Totally. It's sensational. All the news around carrageenan. So become someone who knows how to read like the real news from the fake news and the hype. And a lot of you, when you first got started with essential oils, you went through this, right? Yeah? You came across all the mommy bloggers who had an ebook to sell who were bashing doTERRA. So you have to become wise in this process. Can you add Terrazyme to cooked food for your kids to hide it, or will it break it down? I'm trying to think if there's any reason why the heat would not going to denature enzymes. No, you'll be fine. As far as I know, it would be fine. Proteins and probiotics you'd want to be careful with heat. 70 to 100 grams a day of protein. Everybody's different. Down. The average woman will need about 60 grams of protein a day. The average man would need about 80. Phytoestrogens for those not having regular periods. Yes. Oh my word. Do you guys want to know the best thing you can do to bring your body back into balance? Start taking these every day. 2 of each. Clary Calm every day. Clary Calm is a blend. It has fennel, vitex, geranium. It is supportive of all womanly things. So what you'll want to do is daily, though. You don't just want to use it when you think you need it. Daily to get your hormones back on cycle. Get rid of the sugar. Get rid of your exposure to antibiotics. Absolutely, and add the probiotic in too. Do I eat a high-fat diet? Yes, I do. My fats are about 50% a day. Okay, Facebook. So many questions coming in. You guys rock. Okay, I love this talk. Chris, hi, girl. You will love these. And I think really important to the work that you do because you work specifically with women. How do you adjust the doTERRA cleanse for nursing moms? So I did mention this already, but nursing moms, you just want the hot oils. And definitely, you know, when you're pregnant or nursing, you never want to start anything new. I used to do personal training with moms at a mom wellness center. I used to run stroller boot camp programs with new moms. And I was always very cautious to have them start anything new. You have to start it really slow because your body is 100% focused on either creating life or sustaining life if you're breastfeeding. So you don't want it having to deal with what could be seen as a stress through that. Clary Calm, you could do twice a day, morning and night. Hey, Danette, would you suggest teenage girls take phytoestrogen? Yeah, I totally would, especially if they, you know, have, like I mentioned, if they've had dairy, if you've ever had plastics in your home, Teflon, furniture is off-gassing all the time. I mean, we need to be aware that there are a lot of these estrogens floating in our body, and we're dealing with things that we didn't have to 30 years ago. I love Dr. Axe's collagen. Great product. So is Dave Axford. What about boys? So boys can absolutely benefit because their bodies are going through a lot of hormonal changes as well. So, I mean, you're not going to see, a boy is not going to grow boobs because he's taking phytoestrogen or using lavender. That's another false study. So what you need to, I mean, I think you can tell, like my girls are going to be 6 and 8 this year. We're already going through so many emotional things. So what I'm doing with them is using a lot of the emotional oils, helping the emotions move through them, talking, right? But when I see that it's something that's controlling them, that they cannot seem to process, probably within a couple years, then I would start using Clary Calm and eventually supplementing when they can take pills. Okay, where was I with questions here? LLV, a good substitute for prenatal? Yes, it is a great prenatal. So go to doTERRA.com and search empowered webinars, and it's going to bring up the free webinars doTERRA has been doing. And there was a whole month on women's health. And for example, there was a midwife, Stephanie Fritz, who presented on lifelong vitality and how many people she's worked with through pregnancy using it. Lots of great comments. Awesome, you guys. Teenagers, yes, okay. Talked about that. Clary Calm, I tend to apply it over my ovary area, but you can apply it to bottoms of feet or pulse points. Shakeology has a pretty good profile for protein. It's just super expensive. All right, I think we got caught up on questions. Awesome, you guys rock. Okay, food sensitivity panel, you're going to need to go to a naturopath, yes. Clary-Com Safe Fall Nursing, yes, it is. I mean, it's a blend, right? So, and you're only using it once or twice a day. Okay, I just missed that last question. Inside and outside of ankles, Clary-Com. Yes, I have heard that is really effective. Something to do with the energy channels, right? Reflexology. Do you dilute it? No, you don't have to. I believe on the label it says dilute with doTERRA coconut oil if you'd like. It depends. Like with diluting blends, some do come from doTERRA pre-diluted, but this is one I think you'll want to do when you're first starting out with oils. You want to do a sensitivity test. So inside of the ankle would be a good spot. If you're brand new to oils, you might want to put a little layer of coconut oil down first and then roll it on, you know, but no, I don't have to. And I actually quite love the smell of it now, because when your body starts working with oils, you start to love the things that are bringing you into balance. Deborah. What do you do in the morning if you didn't drink coffee in terms of nutrition? I would make a smoothie that has very low sugar. So I would use something like an organic almond milk with maybe half a banana and then green or a good protein. Yeah, Deborah, you don't want to take supplements all at once a day. It's better to stagger it. So part of the reason I take some of these at nighttime is because I'm not digesting. You don't have to digest food with them, and it eliminates me having to take like 14 pills all at once. Collagen, I would just look for an organic source. Again, we mentioned Dr. Axe or Dave Asprey. Those would be the two that I would look at. Collagen, actually, another brand is Great Lakes. You can buy them on Amazon. And they sell gelatin as well. Bulletproof coffee, yeah, Nicole, if you hop over to the Whole Fit brand page, I actually have a post that goes up, I think, almost every week on how to make it. And you can add your oils to it. I will often add a drop of cardamom. It's herbaceously yummy. Better options than Shakeology? I haven't studied it, to be honest. I don't know. I would find a rep in your area and explain to you. I've never used it, but I have looked at the ingredients. I'm a fan of protein food sources. Hemp seeds, collagen is good if it's organic. Hemp seeds, 3 tablespoons gives you 14 grams of protein, I believe, 12 or 14 grams. So that's a good way to go. And then add control the nutrients you're adding in. My husband takes the Lifelong Vitality and Mito 2 Max and PD Assist. I've never looked at Plexus, but I haven't heard good just from in the circle. Those for someone really small. Yeah, I would see how you're feeling. Only your body will tell you. That's the thing, right? But yeah, good place to start would be half dose. He doesn't take Terrazyme. I see the benefit in it. To be honest, I feel like for him, it's too many pills. So, and he has like this tough as nails stomach, so he doesn't see the need. I talked about carrageenan already, Mara, so just rewind when we hop off. Okay, 2 more minutes. What you got? What's on your mind, you guys? Any other questions in life in general, aside from supplements? Those webinars, she asked, where can I find those free webinars? Go to doTERRA.com and search empowered webinars, and they'll all come up. Good, I'm glad you guys liked this. This was fun. Exactly, Chelsea. So phytoestrogen helps metabolize the extra fake estrogen. You got it. Favorite deodorant? Oh my gosh, do you guys want to know what I've been playing around with lately, and it's awesome? I learned this from another diamond leader in doTERRA. Go out to the store and buy milk of magnesia. So it's like a white liquid magnesium, and that's your deodorant, and you add your oils to it, and it works so well. So I actually, I don't have it in my office here, but I buy the 20 ml roller bottle, so it's like a lot wider than this, with milk of magnesia. I will often do like some of my feminine oils, like clary sage and geranium. I'll add like a drop or two of rose to it sometimes. Sometimes I'll add oils as I go, but it works really well. Simple ingredient. Making your own is fun. Baking soda, shea butter, coconut oil, and oils. Melt it down. Do I rate Dave Asprey's advice as highly for women as for men? Yeah, Camilla, he has some great info on what intermittent fasting does for women's cycles. He shares a lot of great stuff on his Facebook page. Any suggestions on how to help a 12-year-old girl who has anxiety and depression? Well, obviously, that's something you want to work with a health professional on. But I really think there's a lot to be said for taking the time to be present and talking with our kids, especially at the age where we see those things coming up. And I already see it with my girls. I already see the opportunity to help them process their day. And as they're interacting with other little human beings and just processing what's happening. But I love using essential oils as a bridge, as a tool we can use when we're talking, helping them process so that things don't become so overwhelming. And I think the earlier we can start that with our kids, the better. So I would get doTERRA's emotional aromatherapy line. And it comes in roller bottles, right? But what I love to do is when my kids come home from school and I can sense the heaviness, I love to have them just grab our little kit of oils and pick what they're drawn to, and then we sit, we diffuse it, and we talk, and we process together. And I just think there's so much to be said for that today. But working with professionals is going to be important too. The neat thing is that practitioners now are really coming on board with using essential oil conversation. My friend, Dr. Danielle Daniel, you guys look her up. She's running an emotional wellness summit online. I believe it's $35 and the proceeds go to Operation Underground Railroad, which is a beautiful organization that doTERRA has partnered with to work on reducing and ideally eventually eliminating the sex trade industry involving kids. But this emotional wellness summit she's running has practitioners speaking. You get access to all the recordings, and it talks about how to use oils for emotional approaches. So check that out. Okay, so quick reminder, if you hopped in halfway through, next week I'll be sharing the winners of the scavenger hunt, the online magazine scavenger hunt. I'm going to post this tonight, and next week will be the last broadcast for the summer until September. So I hope you can join live. My assistant Jill will post the link to catch the recordings of these Q&As. We've had lots of great topics come up in the past. One of my personal favorites recently was the real reason somebody is negative on your doTERRA network marketing business. So make sure you check that one out. It caused quite a few waves. So anyway, thank you guys for joining live. And I love doing these episodes with you because I'm an open book. And I mean, honestly, I feel in many ways my life has put me in a position to influence our systems, our healthcare systems in a real way, an inside out way, a way that they don't even see us coming, right? And I love coming on here and learning with you. Where I need to focus my attention. So thank you for being part of the conversation. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you giving your time. And I'm happy to give mine because I know we're in this together. And the more that we have people feeling better together and doing good work in our world, we have a different world. And I care about that as a mom. I want my kids to grow up in a better world. And I know it's there. And I know you're all involved in that, in creating that. So thank you guys. We'll see you next week. Hop onto Facebook or Instagram. Take a look for the scavenger hunt I'll post tonight. It'll be fun. Okay. Blessings to you all. See you guys.